All right, good day, YouTube. It's Maurice over at Nulu Tool, and today I've got a pretty special unboxing that I wanted to do and talk through and demonstrate even a little bit. It is actually this brand new Bora automatic pocket hole jig. So this will actually be replacing my Craig jig, which is the one of the K4 systems. I've had it for several years now. And in all honesty, I've only started to use it over the last several weeks. Started out building outdoor cedar planters, and then I've transitioned over to doing some outdoor patio furniture. And so I've gotten very, serious about using the pocket hole jigs in order to make the joints and all those types of things. Now, one of the things that I will say about the Craig jig is that it is super cumbersome as far as making the adjustments for various dimensions of wood. And so when I saw this new Bora system, I immediately jumped at it because it automatically adjusts for the dimensions of the wood and the depth of the screw and a couple of other things. So we'll just quickly unbox it here. We'll talk through some of the specifications that are on the box, and then we'll take it outside and give it a whirl. So according to the box here, it comes with one Bora auto jig, a 3/8 step drill bit and stop collar, a 6-inch square driver, and a starter screw set. Very much a starter screw set, not too many. It looks like there's probably about 10 of each of the sizes on the box here. It looks like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different types of screws. Let's see if they gave us one of each of those or not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it looks like we get 5 of the 9 varieties of screws. So we've got the Coarse 2.5 inch, a pack of Coarse 1.5 inch, a Coarse of 1 1/4, or fine 1 1/4, and Coarse 1 1/4, and then Coarse 1 inch. So again, it looks like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. About 10 screws in each bag, so 50 screws to start out, which I don't know if I remember exactly what it said as far as how many would be in there, but it looks to be, if you look at the box here on the bottom, it looks like it would have come with a bit more, but that's all right. Nonetheless, we'll pick some up at some point. So let's get over to the actual jig itself. So right out of the box, man, this thing feels stout and sturdy. It actually feels much better than the Craig jig, if I must say so. It looks like it's got the holes in order for you to mount it, just like the Craig jig. This one only has 2 screw holes, whereas the Craig jig does have the 3, but nonetheless, looks pretty good. It comes with the dust port. This dust port looks a bit more, I guess you could say, attached than what the Craig jig does, and it's kind of it's not all in the way. Like the Craig jig dust port is just kind of, I don't like it that much. It's cumbersome. On the side here, it does have all of the gratings for the different types of screws and the different lengths of the screws. So it looks like it has a couple of different onboard storage areas. So you've got the Allen wrench in order to adjust your stop collar or tighten your stop collar here. So I guess you just loosen that a little bit and stick it back. Of course, your drill bit and stop collar are on board stored, and then your square head driver is also on board as well. So I'll read through some of the claims from the box. First thing it says is one-step setup. The drill guide automatically adapts to wood thickness. Jig is set to drill accurate holes every time. It says clamp the workpiece securely into the auto jig and you are ready to drill. The drill guide and drill bit collar are both set in place. Tighten the collar set screw before removing the jig. Let's see, on this side of the box it says Bora tool automatic makes joining wood fast, accurate, and easy. Auto adjust to wood thickness, auto adjust drill bit depth, auto adjustable clamping force, opposable dust collection port, color-coded screw selection. Okay. So I guess one other thing on the dust port is you can flip it either which way. So it comes this way, and you can also use it this way. And if you have a reason, nope, can't use it that way. So you can go left or right on the dust port, which is pretty cool. All right, so we'll go ahead and run this outside and drill some pocket holes and see what this thing is all about. Follow me. All right, we'll start with the 1x4. Let's try 2 1x4s together. Very, very nice. All right, we'll try a 2x4. this part, I'm going to use my regular Craig screws just because I want to kind of hold off on using the color-coded Bora screws for now. I have to say it's pretty impressive. So, all in all, to say after just a couple of quick uses of it, I do like it. I think it's definitely going to be more more efficient from a repetitive standpoint. I will say that, you know, having to put the drill bit back inside of this space in order to adjust the collet is definitely going to be a little bit of a learning curve. Just because it's a little bit, I almost would rather have maybe a couple of these with you know, each one of them preset to, you know, whatever dimensions I'm working with for the day or for the time. It does have a adjustable clamping force dial here, so if you turn it, you can get more clamping force. If you turn it back, it looks like you get significantly less. Earlier I said that it only has the 2 screw holes, which clearly it does, but this screw hole actually comes out and you can flip it. So that way, if you need to get your 2 pocket holes a little closer, you can do that. The onboard storage, I think, is a good thing. I don't have it in there right now, but the driver bit that goes underneath there, I think it is a good thing. Usually when I'm drilling pocket holes, I'm using 2 different drills. So I'll have one for the drill bit and then one for the driver bit. But if you're having to switch between them, I could see where that would be a little bit of a pain to have to, you know, unclamp, pick it up, pull this piece out and get back to work. So maybe just don't stick it there and leave it there. Dust collection, I think, could be a little bit better. I see a couple of little areas that are kind of clogged up with dust. Maybe that would be better if I actually hooked my wet dry back up and pulled some of that dust out of it. We'll figure that out as we go. So I will say that it does work with material thicknesses anywhere from 1/2 inch all the way up to 1.5 inches. And then, like I said, it gives you the grades on what this depth of screw you're going to need, or what length of screw you're going to need, depending on the material thickness that you're working with. And then it also gives you, they're all color coded, so you've got green for your 5/8 inch material thickness, which is a 1 inch screw. Yellow is a 1 1/4 inch screw. Your reds are going to be 1.5 inch screws, and then your blue is 2 inch, and then orange is 2.5 inch. Wow, it even tells you what screws to use for what types of wood that you're working with. So for hardwoods, you'll use the fine thread screws, which is those are going to be ash, birch, cherry, mahogany, maple, oak, and walnut. Your coarse thread screws are going to be used for basswood, cedar, melamine, particle board, pine, poplar, and plywood. So I will say, I mean, it's very informative. Oh, it also has a metric guide on the other side, that's pretty neat. So you got your imperial and metric measurements on either side. So yeah, I would say this is a really good tool. I'm looking forward to actually using it in some legitimate applications and not just testing. I'll probably start on that as early as today. Maybe I'll get some footage of that and get it uploaded as well. But yeah, this thing is nice. I definitely see it going far and helping in a number of ways. And ultimately, you know, I think it's just great to have a couple of these things on hand. So now, you know, like I said, if I don't necessarily have access to 2 of these for this one, then I can at least, you know, use this one to be adjustable, and then I'll just use the K4 system from Craig as a different setting, and that way I don't have to swap, you know, I don't have to constantly put this back and swap out. But I think it's just a matter of efficiencies and how you kind of process or set up your process in order to get your work done. So if you found any value in this video, please consider liking the video, subscribing to the channel, and sharing the video with your friends and family. And if you have used this particular pocket hole jig or even the K4 system jig, please let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your feedback on which one you think is better, especially if you've had the opportunity to put your hands on both of them. And as always, thank you for taking the time to watch, and we'll catch you on the next one.